for the transportation, and then you use the cleaning for the services that you provide. So both business get to benefit. Fresh fruit and juice business. So there's a bunch of businesses that are represented here. What I want you to do is bring out a note, like a white piece of paper, like what I have in front of me, a white piece of paper like this, or like it might not be a white piece of paper like mine. It might be your diary, it might be your notes. And I want you to put the name of your business on that note. Okay? Put the name of your business on that note, because what you're going to be learning here is going to give you practical ways that you can actually turn that business of yours into a money-making machine. Now, I only have 40 minutes, so I wish I got more time, and maybe I could come for a subsequent session, but I'm going to try to get things across as fast as I possibly can. And I want you to follow me aptly. I want you to basically take some crazy notes, because this is going to shift the way you think about social media marketing. Is going to shift the way you think about sales altogether. All right. So take the white note and write the name of your business on top. Okay. So take that white piece of paper and put the name of your business on top and put what you do. Right. So, for example, fresh juice, right? The name of my business is Vigor, and we make fresh juice for blah, 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 blah. So take that note and put the name of the business on top. Okay. So that's the first step. Now, I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm going to share my screen real quick because this is going to be practical, right? We want to learn. And as I'm telling you, like I told everyone, if you have family, friends, family members, have them join the call right away, because this is about to shift the way you think about business. So as we said earlier, AI is impacting all businesses, every industry, agriculture, wellness, fashion design. Just last week, for the fashion designer, right? Just last week, someone sent me a video, really nice video. I would show the video sometime in this. As a matter of fact, I would show the video so everyone can see what we're talking about here. So let's see here the video. So the video that was sent to me was the video of a um of a of a fashion of an outfit, right? It was an outfit, right? And this outfit basically was I don't know if it's I don't know what it is. It's like a boo-boo outfit. And this lady generated this video using AI. So she put the clothing on a model, and then she had the model walk, on a what's called on a modeling highway, or whatever you call it, on a runway or whatever you call it, and then basically was able to generate the video, share the video on social media, and then started to do some marketing on it. But the video was generated by AI, right? And so what are we trying to where are we trying to go here, or where am I trying to go with this conversation is, as a business, you want to really understand first, what is it that you're trying to do? What's your objective? Where are you trying to go? What's your bigger vision? And you want to then understand how AI can apply to that vision and how AI can apply to that goal. Now, I know that sometimes that could be difficult to really understand. And that's the reason why I'm creating this workflow, which shares with you a journey, the journey from A to Z, right? So there's 3 phases. Someone say 3 phases. Drop it in the chat. Say 3 phases. There's 3 phases while you're thinking about your AI journey as a business. There's 3 phases. Someone say 3 phases. 3 phases. 3 phases. Okay. The first phase is the stand phase. The first stage is the stand phase. In the stand phase, What are you doing? In the stand phase, you're using GPT. Oh, yeah, I can use GPT to create a note. I can use GPT to create a prompt. I can use GPT to craft my emails, right? Stand. You're exploring tools. You're basically doing some prompts, writing some prompts on GPT. You have no structure, no system. If you're in the stand phase, you can put it in the chat. I'm in the stand phase. If what I'm saying applies to you, you can put it in the chat, say, yes, I'm in the stand phase, because I want to make sure I know where you all are to figure out how I can actually best help, right? So if you're in the stand phase, drop it in the chat, say, I'm in the stand phase, right? You're just exploring tools. You're just doing prompt engineering. Some might not even be doing prompt engineering at all. Like you are like in the lower levels of the stand phase, right? Then we have the walk phase. In the walk phase, you're using, AI a little bit with your team, you're doing some automation work, very limited within your business. You're doing some experimentation on operations and how it can be used. You're in the work phase. You're trying to adopt, you're not very clear what it is that you want to do, but you're basically sort of trying to go from, like someone who's just standing and watching to maybe we can use it here, maybe we can use it here, maybe we can use it here. If you're in the work phase, drop it in the chat, say you're in the work phase. If you're in the work phase. So you're in the stand phase, drop in the chat stand. If you're in the work phase, drop it in the chat, say you're in the work phase, right? If you're in the run phase, which I want to suspect that not so many people are on this call, right? If you're in the run phase, you're now using AI to power your operations. You're now using AI to drive your sales. You're now using AI to drive data-driven decisions. You're collecting all this information from your customers. You're saving it in a spreadsheet, in an Excel spreadsheet, and you're like, oh, what can I do to make their life better? What can I do to make their life better? Right? And you're using this data that you're collecting to drive decision making. You are embedding AI into your system. That's the run phase. My suspicion is that many of us are not yet in the run phase. This is where we want to operate. This is where we want to go. My hope is that I can get some from the stand phase to the work phase. And my hope is that I can get some from the work phase now to the run phase. Is everybody clear about their AI journey and where they are at? So where are you? Some are in the stand phase. I see some in the stand phase, some in the work phase, some in the work phase. I'm in the lower version of the start phase. Okay, so it looks like we have some run, we have some walk, we have some run. We have a few runs, we have a few stand, we have we have a lot of stands, and we have a lot of walk. So my goal is to make sure that I can get those that are standing to start walking. My goal is to make sure that I can get those that are walking to start what? Running. All right. So are we tracking thus far? You know what phase of AI you're in. I want you to put it on that note that you're writing that has your company name on it and say, hey, I'm in the what? In the stand phase, or I'm in the walk phase, or I'm in the run phase, right? Drop it in the note and write that down so that we're tracking. Is everybody dropped it in their notes? For those that are just joining, we started off saying, one, it's important for you to understand what phase you're in to be able to actually figure out what you need to do to be able to grow your business. So if you're just joining, it's important for you to know what phase that is. There's three phases. There's the stand phase, there's the walk phase, and there's the run phase. The stand phase, you're just standing, you're just doing a little bit of using GPT, prompt engineering, no structure, nothing. For the work phase, you're beginning to apply a little bit of structure. You're not necessarily sure where it is that you're trying to go. AI can help this or AI can help that, but you're not exactly sure how it is that you're going to move. And then if you're in a run phase, what are you doing? You're now taking all the things that you've learned, and you're operationalizing AI in your business. For my suspicion, everybody that is on this call should really be between that stand and their work phase. And my goal is to take you from stand to work and work to run. All right. Now we're tracking. So we'll move back and let me share my screen here. So now it's important to understand that you want to move from just using tools with no strategy and just random experiments to how do you basically identify things within your business that you do that are repeatable that happen very, very often, happen very, very frequently, but are also painful to do every single day. So I want you to take a few minutes, a minute, actually, take a minute and think about that thing you do in your business that is most painful for you to do. Like you stress yourself about it. Sometimes you have to call your workers or your employees like 3 or 4 or 5 times to repeat it. What is that thing in your business? Fashion, wellness, nutrition, whatever the case may be, that you know that is extremely painful, extremely concerning. You don't want to have to stress yourself doing it. What would that thing be? Drop it in the chat. And while you're dropping that in the chat, I want to basically give you a way, a system to diagnose your business. This system allows you to diagnose your business to identify what piece of your business needs AI, what piece of your business needs automation, what piece of your business needs transformation, what piece of your sales process needs transformation. That framework, I call it high framework, right? You're looking for one, something that is repeatable, but very manual that you do today, right? You are looking for something that is causing you a lot of headaches, like something your customers complain about all the time, right? You're looking for something that maybe um, someone knows within your business, but not everybody else knows, and it's creating a whole lot of problem. So high frequency inefficiencies that exist within your business, something that constitutes a risk, meaning costly human mistakes that gets made. For example, you're trying to go deliver ice. Maybe you operate an ice business and you're trying to go deliver ice, and the person who is going to go deliver the ice ends up taking the ice 3 days after. What would happen to the ice? Especially with, if that individual had no light, what would happen to the ice? It will go watery, right? And they won't be able to deliver it. Operational inefficiencies, costly human mistakes, right? What is that thing within your business that is causing you a lot of pain? Today, we're going to be talking about sales, but I want you to identify what that thing is within your business that causes you a lot of pain. Okay, sales, branding, marketing, converting customers to buyers, blah, blah, blah. There you go. 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 Closing deals, teaching clients 3 times a day. Oh my goodness. There's a lot that I can teach everyone on this call. Just a lot. Just seeing the challenges that you're going through. I can only imagine, right? Lots of this can be solved with AI. So put all of those challenges in that piece of paper that we're writing. Put all of those challenges in that piece of paper that we're writing. Now, let me get a thumbs up. If you are still following me, if you are still following my conversation, put on the chat, say yes, following, tracking. I want to make sure everybody's following me. There's no point having a 40-minute session if it's not going to benefit anyone. So I want to make sure everybody's tracking. If you're tracking, say following, tracking. If what I'm saying is making sense to you, I want to know that it's making sense to you. Fantastic. Tracking. Awesome. Right. So let's go. So I decided to create a set of high stakes challenges, right? Customer support, right? Sales follow-up could be a very, very big challenge. Resolving customer issues, ticketing resolutions, invoice processing, right? Lots of problems, financial reporting every year. Those are big high stakes challenges, right? Report generation, document searches, process documentation, right? Those are high stakes challenges every single year, right? But what I wanted to focus on for the purpose of this conversation, right, is sales. Okay. Now, I'm going to work with the team to sort of create maybe we do some other sessions to cover some of the high stakes challenges some people are bringing up. So if you have some high stakes challenges, drop it in the chat. We're going to set up some time maybe to cover some of those separately. But today I wanted to focus on sales. Now, when you think about sales, right, you kind of have to think about sales as a funnel. You have to think about sales as a funnel. Someone say a funnel. Someone say a funnel. Now, when you are, if you've seen raw petroleum and purified petroleum, right, you'd see that the raw petrol has to go through some type of filtering process, right? And the filtering process is to help to basically have this pure, amazing oil that we can all put in our cars and drive smoothly, right? And so basically, the world has just lots of leads. We have lots of individuals looking to engage our services, do what it is, that we need to be able to sell to. But it's not just about selling to people. It's really about selling to the right people. Someone says selling to the right people. Selling to the right people. Drop it in the chat. Say selling to the right people. You don't want to sell to just anybody. You want to sell to the right people, right? Sell to the right people. So we need to be able to identify who the right people, who they are. Who is your right person? What happens is many times we focus a lot more on just trying to sell to everybody. Like everybody is not your customer. Not everybody is your customer, right? And to sell to the right people, you need to have a clear vision on what it is that your product can do for those people. Okay? So I own a wellness business, right? I own a wellness business, and my goal is to provide wellness services to people within the age of this and this who make this amount every month. You see how specific that is, right? So take your business. Now go to your white paper. Everybody remember the white paper. If you're just joining us, we're covering how to use AI to drive sales for your business. And we're saying we need to think about sales from the angle of a funnel. In the funnel, you have lots of impurities in it, but the goal is to be able to filter out to the right set of people. That's the first step, right? The next step after filtering out to the right set of people, right, is to identify the best way to communicate with them. So I said, go back to the notes, right? Write what it is that your business does. Be as clear as daylight. Be as clear as daylight. I own Wokkah. We help businesses infuse AI into their business. We identify the concerns through an audit process. And after auditing, we identify areas where our services might be found useful for them. We focus on businesses that do between $10 to $50 million a year, right? So focus. Who is it that your audience is? Who are you supposed to be targeting? Did you write that down? Did everybody write their vision, what it is that they do, and then put who your target is? Who is it that you sell to? Who is it that you're supposed to sell to? And I'm going to teach you how to do the research here today as well. Then the next is, how do you communicate with them? You've identified the leads. How do you communicate with them? Also, it's not just about how you communicate with them. There's also a way that you communicate with them. There's a language that the industry that you're trying to focus on or target understand that helps you to drive that message to them effectively. And once you identify how to communicate with them, you personalize that communication and then you go ahead and have that conversation with them, right? So I'm going to take you through how to move from manual prospecting, cold calling, inefficient data entries, delayed processes, to now, how do you use AI to search for your leads, right? How do you use AI to personalize your outreach? How do you use AI to generate your content? And then how do you use AI to automate your workflow? To do that, I'm going to introduce you to a framework called RACE framework. Someone say RACE framework. RACE framework. RACE framework. RACE framework. RACE. That's the framework. RACE. There you go. RACE framework. Now, the RACE framework allows you to create clear prompts that actually help you to drive growth for each of these different areas that we're discussing about. So what does the RACE framework entail? You have role. Who should AI act as? You have audience. Who is the output intended for? You have context. What business situation exists?